Oh, right, whatever all of that was about. I also, changed a setting not related to the stream. I'm trying something a little bit different out here or something. It's also not really related to the stream deck, but yeah, like my stream deck also was not recognizing that OBS was open anymore. I had to close and reopen it. We are back. That was interesting. OBS was just like, I'm gonna crash, but not actually crash until you acknowledge the fact that I've crashed. And I'm just like, whatever that's about, man. Whatever that is about. Some things are being just a little bit funky at the moment. Maybe my whole PC needs a reboot. I don't know. But, alright. Yeah, I don't know what all that was about. But... You gotta love when program is like, oh no, I crashed, but then really, but it's still running. You're just like, what? But yeah, we're back. This is, I saw some asking what this Pokemon is. It is not a Clefairy. Or sorry, it is not, well, yeah, it's not a Clefairy. It's also not a, Chansey. It's a Jigglypuff. Poo, poo, poo. And additionally, it is, in yellow, if you talk to it, your Pikachu falls asleep. If you've got Pikachu with you. And then, like, you move around and Pikachu just stands there and doesn't follow you until you talk to Pikachu again. But obviously, like, if you leave the Pokemon Center, then suddenly Pikachu's behind you again, right? Alright, we got some more grinding to do. Yeah, it took them a while to redo the following Pokemon thing. Which is something I like about the Crystal Clear mod, is it kind of adds that concept back to Gen 2. Yeah, Caterpie, you cannot win that fight at all. Grinding Caterpie is going to take a hot minute here because it is weak to the poison attacks of Weedle, and we have more common Weedles. So in some ways, blue is better for grinding in Viridian Forest if you're grinding a if you're going to grind a Caterpie a bit in here. Just for that reason alone, you encounter far less Weedles. And then, like, the Pikachus that you can encounter are just gonna wreck your Caterpie as well. So Caterpie is, like... the only thing it can really take are the Kakunas and the Metapods. Which then eat up, like, the majority of its power points. Especially this is the level 6 Kakuna with a level 3 Caterpie. We're gonna be here in a minute, for a minute. Mashing the A button. Have me some raspberry flavored sparkling water. Hey, Seabor. Welcome, welcome. We just had a OBS crash just a little bit ago, so had to well, I probably could have got away without doing it, without like rebooting OBS, because it was one of those things where the error message popped up saying your application crashed, but like the application didn't like stop running. But yeah, I figured it's probably best, since I noticed that that had popped up, to actually like just restart it. Let me show you what it says. Nothing happened. But we got a juicy 60 experience out of it, so I'll take it. Yeah, probably MWG. I don't really watch the viewer count all that much. I actually don't like have that stat available to me while I'm streaming. I do check out the stream reports, but like after each stream, but I don't like pay attention to it while I'm streaming, right? So we did catch a Pikachu. We actually caught all the Pokemon that we wanted, but we are grinding our freshly caught Pokemon up to level 9, because that's the highest level trainer Pokemon we have encountered. So we're just kind of grinding against random encounters right now for the new Pokemon. Which it will take some time, but that's like the one thing with Generation 1, is the random Pokemon are such low level compared to the trainer Pokemon that on top of the bonus experience that you get from trainer Pokemon, like you obviously don't get that with the wild ones, but you're also kind of penalized because the wild ones are lower level than the trainers that you were just battling in that area. Oh, we ran out. See, we beat one Kakuna solo with this Caterpie, and then mid-fight with the second one, we're already out of power points. This is Final Fantasy 1 and like it. Pretty much. I mean, like, I can play this game in a less grindy way, but I'm cool to play it in a grindy way. I don't mind. Because we're not just trying to, like, play through the story and beat the Elite Four. Like, if that were my goal, we would be playing completely different. We do want to beat the Elite Four, but hey, a Metapod. This is the first Metapod we fought. When they said grinding is cringe and cheating is based. Oh, this is the second Metapod. You might be right. But I'm not counting the trainer Pokemon though. I meant like wild, but we might have encountered one and I don't remember. Okay, we have seen a wild one. Alright. Oh, by the way, do you like how I have the filter applied to make it the screen appear as it would on an original Game Boy with that green hue? I kind of like this look better than the black and white look that you can get with an emulator or with like some screens that you can mod into Game Boys. Upgraded the Game Boy Color. I like the green hues. I don't know why I did Tail Whip. My brain was like, T, that's Tackle, like from the Arnita female grinding days. Well, you see, red and blue do not change color based on the area. Red and blue use a hue based on what button or button combo you were holding down when you launched the game. And that's it. Yellow did change color, though, depending on the area. But yellow can only be played on Game Boy Color. You can't play it on a regular Game Boy. Or wait, no. Would you play yellow on a normal Game Boy? Yeah, it's a yellow-only feature. So it is a Generation 1 thing to do that, but it's yellow-only. Because yellow was made as like a proper Game Boy Color game. Whereas the red and blue were made before the Game Boy Color was a thing. So the coloration that you get by popping a red or blue cartridge into a Game Boy Color is a feature of the Game Boy Color, actually. And you can do that with all original Game Boy games. I believe they put, like, onto one of the... It's like something on one of the chips. It has actually, like, a set of palettes to use based on the Game Boy game that you put in. So, for example, if you put red into Game Boy Color and don't have any input, it will shade everything red. It will use red as the shading. And if you do blue, it will use blue as the shading, and that's not coming out of the Pokemon cartridge itself, that's actually coming from, I think, a chip on the Game Boy Color. Yeah, Missing No is sort of gone. Yeah, kind of, yeah, but it's still kind of there. I like that we're getting a decent amount of Kakunas and like Metapods. That makes the grinding go faster the more of those that we get. Although it does eat up our power points, so we'll have to do more Poké Center trips. Yeah, it sort of it basically writes over your Hall of Fame data. So I believe if you do it before beating the Elite Four, you can kind of avoid that problem. I think it still remains a problem, like, if you beat the Elite Four. Yeah. You only notice it if you do it after you beat the Elite Four at least once, I think. I think if you beat them again, it still is, like, fucked up a little bit. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, we're not gonna beat this Kakuna, but we'll damage it and we'll swap. Meow, meow, meow. Who else am I training? Pikachu. So Caterpie's out of tackle, you're out of tackle. Pikachu it is. Oh wait. Or no, is it wait, I forget who it is. Whatever. We'll figure it out after this battle. What TMs do you care about? What's your... Okay, you have poison stings actually, so I could use you. You could have got that juicy experience. You're out of tackle. Yeah. Yeah, Seavor, you have both MWG and Rhonda to thank for me playing Pokemon right now. Because MWG brought it up, I said it out loud, and then Rhonda was like, I want to watch you play Pokemon. So I'm like, okay. She's in the bathroom right now. We're probably going to have dinner kind of soon, but I think, play while we eat. And then, we do need to shower at some point today, so... We'll probably shower after we eat, so that'll probably be another break. And then, we can play some more after that. Maybe we'll do a Diablo AI multiplayer run while we shower. To everyone for making Pokemon Gen 1 happen. Gen 1 and Gen 2 are like the main generations that I played growing up. Generation 3 came out and I just never bought them. What year did Gen 3 come out? Because the year it came out might be part of why. High power special attacks at very high power. Okay. 2003 to 4-ish. I can't remember when I got a Game Boy Advance, because I have a Game Boy Advance. Might not have got a Game Boy Advance until sometime after Gen 3 had come out, and so then, like, I just never got it. That might be part of why I sort of fell out of Pokemon with after Gen 2. Go through the whole thing, at least the handhelds. Things I did try to get back into more recent Pokemon, air quotes again. Meaning like recent when I bought it. So I bought Pokemon X. And then at some point I did buy Soul Silver. But I barely played them. Like, I did play X, but, like, there are some changes that were made in some of the gens that, like, I think kind of hurt. And also, like, just not having as much time for grindy stuff, right? Made it hard to, like, get into them, but... You've been wanting to buy it for ages. I'm actually not sure where it is. Like, I do still want to have a physical copy of it. And like, I may play it again sometimes. Maybe we'll play it on stream or something, but... I think I got it at, like, a, GameStop. I want to say. Or maybe an exchange. I think it was GameStop, though. Yeah, so you're out of PowerPoints. You're level 7, so we'll keep the cooking out. Wait, what are we talking about here, MWG? 8 and 9? 7? Oh, you're talking about gens. I was like, did we jump topics? Like, are we talking Final Fantasy here all of a sudden? Like, what? Because you jumped the numbers. Oh, Soul Silver is kind of rare now. Yeah, like physical copies for like the actual Game Boy hardware are probably rare, but I think they've done like re-releases on like the Switch shop or like on the new DS or the new 3DS, which is now kind of defunct as well. I think I bought like all the Gen 1 and Gen 2 games on the 3DS again, like through the virtual store. But I think that's shut down now, that virtual store. But Gen 1 and Gen 2 kind of have a nostalgia factor for me as well, so that like helps me play them, right? Yeah, like for this we're playing using the BGB emulator, which used to be accepted for speedrunning. I don't think it is anymore. But at one point it was like the most accurate emulator around. And that was probably like years ago. I think there's a different one that's used now for speedrunning. But I have a piece of hardware that does let me connect Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance game cartridges to my computer, and I can rip the ROMs, I can, rip the save files, I can load save files onto those cartridges. And I believe this Red ROM is actually a rip from my physical copy of Red, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, it better be, I mean, but, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that it is. Because when it was like, well, I can rip my own ROMs, it makes streaming it a lot easier, because I don't have to do something like use the Super Game Boy, or I do have a GameCube with a Game Boy player, so I could connect my physical cart of Pokemon Red to that, and then connect that into my, my capture card, and do things that way. But it's just, I like the look, I like the green, like, shade that I can get doing this setup. Yeah, you can pull the save files down. The thing is, if the battery is dead, then then your save data is gone. So you have to do the backup like that before the battery dies. But if you replace the battery and do it again, you could do it again and then rip your save file down to your computer, and then that way you have a backup of the save file. But the batteries on like the Gen 1 games last like 10-15 years usually. It depends on the battery type, but like if it's the original battery, they tend to last like 10 to 15 years, I think. Like I have that kind of time. Yeah, that's the thing with it. Yeah, we're gonna, like, I don't know that we'll play this all the way through, right? Because, I mean, like, FFT, TIC is coming out, so we're gonna do that, etc. Oh, another thing that I'm doing here, and, like, when I said I changed a setting, when I play games, like, so, like, I used to have a lot of VODs, like, highlights. Like, if I played a game on Twitch here, I would highlight it, right? But like they got really way more strict on their storage, so I'm starting to record like when I'm playing a game, like we're doing here. I probably won't record everything, but I'm gonna record it and try to get it onto a YouTube channel to preserve our VODs. So I have not really done that in the past, but I'm gonna try and start doing it now. So like when we do our Final Fantasy Tactics TIC playthrough, I'm gonna be recording it as well, so that I can get it up onto YouTube. I do like, yeah, like some of the things I dislike about some of the more modern versions that are like, some of the things they've done to make them less grindy. Yeah, for FFT TIC, I'll be using my microphone. Like, probably not everything I record will be mic content, right? Mic and or avatar content, but I will, like, 9,000, kind of like when we did. So, unfortunately, the very first Silent Hill 2 remake playthrough that we did on the stream is lost to time, because of Twitch's rules and stuff, and I wasn't, like, doing recording and archiving of stuff back then. Back then, as if that was a really long time ago, right? But, so that content is lost, but, like, I used my microphone, and I believe the kitty avatar for that. I can't blink with this avatar. This is like one of the default avatars. I would like to get one someday, but they're just so expensive, like a custom one. But yeah, so like that is a game as well where if I were doing the recording and archiving thing, like I would have recorded and archived that. But Twitch decided to be like, no, we're gonna limit how much everybody can store, which I mean makes sense. I think you used up all your power points, right? Yeah. Like, I didn't record the Nobunaga's Ambition that we were doing earlier. But maybe we'll do a playthrough of that recorded too someday. Still grinding for that Pikachu. Yeah, all Quinn needs is Veil of Steel, and then he can do Nightmare. Alright, yeah, okay, here. Up front. Oh, wait. Why did I throw Pikachu out? Caterpie still has plenty of PP. Well, oh wait, no. Yeah, Caterpie still has PP, right? Or am I am misremembering. That's alright. Swap training. Well, YouTube... So I think people don't... I mean, people do watch, like, past broadcasts if they, like, miss broadcast. And people watch highlights sometimes on Twitch, but I think people watch old content a lot more on YouTube than they do on Twitch. So I suspect that YouTube is making more money. But why grind this spot? Because Caterpies and, or sorry, not Caterpies, Metapods and Kakunas give pretty decent experience. Kakunas in red will appear at a pretty decent rate. And we don't have to worry about, like, the Pidgeys and stand attacks and the Rattatas with, like, their higher crit rates. So, like, we could get slightly higher level Pokemon if we stepped out into the north. Because I think Pidgeys up there can go maybe up to level 9, maybe? Maybe not, though. But Kakunas give pretty decent experience, and they can't fight back. They just take a bunch of button mashing to kill, basically. I guess you don't kill them, you just knock them out, but whatever. Yeah, Pidgeotos would be a problem in yellow, except you just toss Pikachu out there to handle the Pidgeotos that you encounter, but they give nice experience even swapping. Yeah, we're just grinding to level 9 for the Pokemon that we just caught. The ones that we caught in between going from Viridian City to City. And then we're going to kind of decide what we use. I think I have a method for how I'm going to decide. That is a Stevie. Skin BBs. I don't think he appreciated the nose boop I just gave him. Rhonda's holding Stevie next to me. Now she is not. Like, Pikachu probably wouldn't be too bad to grind outside of Viridian Forest, and since he's the only one we can grind at the moment because the rest are out of power points, like, we could step out, but eh. I think Pikachu levels up pretty quick on its lower levels too, so it is what it is. Plus we get the cool dun 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 music. It's fully paralyzed. It didn't even get to harden. Or Kakuna. Yeah, like each Cocoon is like 50 experience, which is kind of nice. At this stage. For sure, everyone will let her save name, or save frames. Reminds me of the Psycho Shower song. I guess I could see that. I could see that. Wait till we get to Lavender, and you lose your mind like all the little kids did. It's funny, speaking of that, I actually have a little bit of hearing loss in like a particular range. I forget what the range is. But I was having some pain on my left side. Like at first I did have an ear infection, and then the infection cleared up, but I still had pain and discomfort. Turns out, what was probably happening is I'm not grinding my teeth when I sleep, but like I can clench my jaw in my sleep sometimes, and that can just cause, it's like EMJ pain, I think it is, or something like that. But as part of figuring that out, I did have like a hearing test done, and there was like one frequency that like I just did not hear. I don't remember what the frequency was though. It wasn't like the highest range or whatever, like right, like it was like somewhere in the higher ranges, but like not, like I could hear above it and I could hear below it, but there was just this one range that like I just couldn't hear. We got Thunder Wave! So Pikachu is done being grinded. Oh, I started too soon. I got excited. I like that part. Oh wait, I should have swapped because it's super effective. Oh, and poison. Really? I mean, I guess just Rattata would have been poisoned if we had Rattata out, but... Yeah, I think, so his red-blue, his Geodude is 12, Onix is 14, and then in yellow his Geodude is 10. And his Onix is 12. But that does change the Geodude fight because it will do nothing but that. Whereas in red and blue you can get some turns, if you're using special attacks against it, you essentially get free turns because he'll use Defense Curl sometimes. So in some ways, lowering the level of that Geodude, I feel like makes it a little bit harder. But you get also, Nidoran male and Nidoran female's moveset is changed and what they learn. And they learn double kick real quick. And that is a fighting type move. So, that just kind of trivializes the fight as well. But yeah, you can get a Mankey over on Route 22. I think it learns low kick as a fighting type move somewhat early. I forget if that's a yellow change or not. I think it is, because generally, since you're not getting Mankey later in red and blue, I think that is learned at a later level. But it might be a starting move in red and blue. See, now Caterpie, if you weren't... Alright, you know what? I generally don't like learning items when just grinding against wild Pokemon, but I will use it next time. Because this is a nice opportunity to get a nice, like, 355 experience for Caterpie, since it's level 6 Kakuna, and level 5 gave 50, so. Yay, level 6. So it's basically just Caterpie, Rattata, and Kakuna that we still need to get up to level 9. He's making noise. I forgot to swap to use Apogee. You're randomly choosing. It's a 50% chance for you to use Poison Sting. Every time I forget to swap, you're using Poison Sting. There's something about the Gen 1 and Gen 2, and now I get Poison. There's something about these games that make me, like, get irrational about the RNG. I just feel like the RNG is against me. Like, when we hand attacked that Squirtle 3 times or 2 times or whatever, and it was, like, still landing attacks, I'm just like... The game is just purposefully, like, fucking with me. Yeah, it feels like sometimes, like, you get sand attacked once, and, like, 10 of your attacks will miss in a row. But you sand attack something 6 times, and it fucking just, like, punches you 8 times in a row, and you're just like, how? How is this happening? And I mean, I know it's just random chance, but something about it just makes me irrationally, like, it's doing it on purpose! This game cheats! And it's like just Pokemon games that do that with me. Like, Final Fantasy Tactics, like, you know, 78% chance to land a hit and it misses. That's just the RNG, like, you know what I mean? Something that happens in Pokemon, it has like a 1% chance overall, like, of whatever combination of things happening the way it does. And, or even, like, it could be like an 80% chance of it happening. Like, I think I was going the wrong way with my example. Like an 80% chance for that combination of things to happen. And I'm just like, this isn't right! The RNG is busted! $30,000 because of the one miss. Micro Meteor missed, and then it all. Wait, what? I'm actually not sure what you're referencing. PWC 2025? It's something really recent, so I probably don't know what it is. Now that I know everything that's like old, Oh, Pokemon World Championships. Oh, wait a second. Do I... You have to be sorry. That was just... Yeah, I'm guessing so. Like, see, that's a 50% chance. We've got another 50% chance here. He's grown. It's gonna be like, watch he uses Thunder Shock, and I'm just gonna irrationally, like, I'm gonna do Thunder Shock twice in a row. And that's, like, a perfectly reasonable outcome for the situation, right? Caterpie is evolving. Caterpie evolved into Metapod. Yeah, I guess we could really quick look at because it doesn't pop automatically, the data for the evolved Pokemon we've got now. This Pokemon is vulnerable to attack while its shell is soft, exposing its weak and tender body. Kakuna is almost incapable of moving. This Pokemon can only harden its shell to protect itself from predators. But because we got ours through evolution, we can still attack. I don't think I know any of the PWCs by name. I just know that Small Ant on YouTube has a video where he played through, I think, Gen 1 and had, like, the world champion at that time, like, controlling the enemy Pokemon. There is one exception, Yellow. Yellow, your Caterpie evolving into Metapod at level 7 will learn Harden. And same with, Kakuna. Your Weedle turning into a Kakuna at level 7, it will learn Harden. If it does it at a different level, it won't learn it. But it's at level 7 that it will. And what's kind of neat is in Yellow, they gave a trainer a Metapod that has Tackle and String Shot and Harden. The Weedle you trade into it. You can still complete the Pokedex in Yellow. Yeah, we're out of PP, right? No, it's right. I know my Metapod is hard. I did not look up okay, so... Yeah, it's 0, okay. I'm allowed to have a Poison type in Yellow. Poison is Team Rocket's thing. Ash would never use Poison type Pokemon. These are bad guy things, exactly. Poison types are just cadaver food. No. Oh, but this is nice. Couple of Metapods for Kakuna. And yet, it's paired with poison. Yeah, there's... I think... Does Gen 2 introduce a pure grass type that doesn't have poison tag with it, or does that, like, not come until Gen 3? I can't remember offhand. Is Tangle up there? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. But Tangela doesn't learn, like, any good moves. Which is probably why I kind of forgot about it, being pure grass. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. But, while that's not grass poison, that's also not a pure grass type. Or Executor. Execute is also grass psychic, I think, right? Both of its forms are. Stevie smells meat cooking, and he is like, I am hungry. I am hunger for the kitty crunch. Yeah, Chikorita is pure grass. I think that's why I was thinking, like, a pure grass didn't happen until Gen 2. But there, like you said, there is Tangela. But, or Tangela. Do you say Tangela or Tangela? Well, I had mentioned Gen 2 because I was like, was there no pure grass until Gen 2? But there was one pure grass in Gen 1, which is Tangela. I tend to say Tangela. Yeah, because, like, Tangle, right? That's what I think of with it because it's got all of the vines and stuff. But I've heard people say Tangela. I don't think that's inherently wrong. Poison Sting, go! Okay, for your opponent, let's switch to a better Pokemon. Yeah, the problem with Venusaur, though, and Victreebel, they have the same problem as that Type 2 Poison type. Because, yeah, like, Razor Leaf criticals are nice, but your opponent throws out, like, an Alakazam, and your Pokemon is now dead. I mean, I guess you swap, but then whatever you swap is going to eat in Alakazam Psychic, or Mewtwo Psychic. And it's like, well, sorry about that. When I threw out there. Sorry, you had to eat that Psychic. Actually, you can, Venusaur can learn Toxic. So you could use the Toxic Leech Seed bug with Venusaur too. If you're alright with, like, using bugged mechanics in your battles. Which in battles against the AIs are kind of impossible to avoid. Because of the badge boost glitch. I mean, that is something nice that they added in later later generations, is like moves and or abilities that like hinder the opponent's ability to just freely swap. Yeah, that's true. If we're talking about PvP, it kind of loses that edge. But I mean, swapping also removes leech seed, so... that's another problem. Hey, yeah, we have quick attack now, nice. Charizard is the best starter, but everybody uses Blastoise to speedrun. Before level, like, RNG manipulations to get a Nidoking, and then getting that Nidoking up to level 100 were found, but... or even without the level 100 trick. Level 100 Nidoking. I mean, is the player's guide talking about PvP, or is it talking about campaign? Because if it's talking about campaign, I mean, the thing is, Squirtle... like I said, Squirtle and into Blastoise is a viable speedrun. Like, it's not going to get your world record anymore. But it was a viable speedrun strat. More so than Charmander to Charizard would ever be. So, the player guide is probably not talking about, like, the PvP situation specifically. My favorite, though, is, so, the one guide that I own for Generation 1, it had some teams from, like, that were pics of the people who worked on the guide, and one of those teams was like all like joke Pokemon, and it basically says, but when you throw out your last Pokemon, like your opponent's gonna be so busy doubled over laughing, not paying attention, that you can just reach over, like flip open their battery section and like pull out a battery. And it's like, oh no, what happened? Oh, I was just about to send out, like, you know, my best. You were about to get it real hard, man. Like, that's too bad. Oh, man, I'll have to play another time. Like, it's like, what? Oh, fuck? Why is this in a guide? But it's hilarious. I have those guides laying around. I have a digitized version of that guide. I'll probably look up real quick. Yeah, was it the hold on a second here. It is the PoKéMoN, bless you. It is the PoKéMoN Special Pikachu Edition. Includes red, yellow, blue perfect guide. Free Pokédex, infinite items. Free Pokédex poster inside. Infinite items, level 100 Pokemon. But the thing is, it's not a perfect guide, because I know of a particular instance of a trainer that is missing out of this guide. it's not documented, and it's not even shown in the screenshot of the floor that that trainer appears in, which I think is kind of interesting. But yeah, I think it's towards the back of the guide, where it talks about the teams. Yeah, okay. So, like, just as an example, right? Oh wait, no, this isn't the right spot. Hold on. No, yeah, it is. This is the one I looked up. Okay. It's like as an example of a legit team that they recommend for PvP, right? Burton's team. Hold on, I gotta change the zoom on this so I can read a bit better. Okay. So first Pokemon on Burton's team is Mewtwo, right? It says there's just no topping Mewtwo. They come out of the box at level 70 with a powerful psychic attack, the barrier technique to protect them from non-special attacks, and recover to refill their HP if they ever get low. Best of all, they're only weak to bug, and there are too few strong bug types to pose much of a threat to them. But just in case, it's a good idea to fill the 4th technique slot with a versatile, potentially bug-crushing, non-special attack like Mega Kick. Number 2 is Jolteon. As we mentioned earlier, too many of the best Pokemon fly, and a strong electric type like Jolteon can send Gyarados, Dragonite, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno crashing to the ground within a turn or two of their appearances. Only Aerodactyl, an alternate in my team, can last more than a few turns. Right, so like it's got like kind of legitimate information for the day. Arcanine is number 3 on that team, Parasect is number 4, Oyster number 5, and Hitmonlee number 6. Right? So it's got like a few like legitimate teams from like people on the dev of this, but then there's Casey's team, right? By dev of this I mean like dev of the thing. Yeah, I'll read you what it says for Cloyster. Hold on that team. The Cloyster is tough on defense and great against fire types and flyers. Cloyster is a second line of defense against flying dragons and another good all-around fighter to fill out your roster. Is what it says for Cloyster. But Casey's team. Oh, Casey's team. I'm going to read this whole thing while we're grinding here. Let me just... Okay. Magikarp is the number 1 first Pokemon out on this team, right? Winning isn't everything. It's the taunting I care about. Sure, you may laugh at my level 14 Magikarp. I didn't want to spoil him by wasting an empty slot on Tackle. But imagine how humiliated you'd be if I used Splash 40 times and then beat you down with a Magikarp using Struggle, and that is in all caps, by the way. Hey, it could work, and what a sweet victory it would be. Number 2 is Ditto. Pathetically enough, Ditto may be the best fighter in this team. Here's the trick to using him effectively. 1. Pray your opponent plays a Mewtwo. 2. Transform into it. 3. Pray your opponent switches to a low-level fighting-type or poison-type Pokemon. 4. Grimace with shame as you continue to lose a fight in which you should have a clear advantage. Okay, I'll admit that effectively was perhaps too strong of a word. Number 3 is Abra. When Abra comes out, keep using that teleport till he faints. If your opponent tries to helpfully point out that that won't work in a Game Link battle, just snicker malevolently and say, "That's what you think, chump." The goal at this point is to convince your opponent that you're completely insane. Number 4 on the team on this roster is Metapod. As you choose the Harden command over and over, it can last a while if your unevolved Metapod is high enough level. Start talking trash about how your opponent is just going to, about how you're just going to tear your opponent's bench apart when he sees what you have coming up. Aha, he'll think to himself, expecting that your lineup of terrible Pokemon is all a trick to conceal the level 100 Mewtwo in your final slot. Number 5 is Chansey on this roster, right? So use a TM to teach Chansey a powerful normal or fighting type attack like Takedown, and giggle maniacally as Chansey's 1-digit attack score prevents it from doing more than a single point of damage to its target. Build the suspense for your superpower finisher as your foe wipes Chansey off the map with any attack. Then, bring out the big guns. Right, and so number 6 on the roster? Kakuna. Quickly, while your opponent is doubled over laughing, reach over and pop the batteries out of his Game Boy. When his screen goes blank, act disappointed and start bragging about how you were just about to win. Then get out of there before he figures out what happened. It's a draw! Not too shabby. And that is Casey's team in a Pokemon strategy guide. It is horrible, but it's hilarious. Okay. Car is ready. Alright, Tata's level 9. Awesome. And then we can switch her to Metapod. So just Metapod and Kakuna left. For this rank to level 9. Oh, for a second I did not see the utensil in the bowl. And I was like, how am I supposed to eat the food? Uh-oh, Stevie. Stevie's trying to go in a Chewy box that is precariously placed. The whole box just like flipped on over. He's trying to jump in it. I think he's still in it. Even Gatsby's going to check on him. Okay, he got out. Poor Stevie, you good? You alright? I'm assuming he's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? What is Ryu doing? He just opened up Beam Eye Tracker. What has he been streaming and playing lately? Maybe.
And then it looks immediately an end street.
Oh yeah, there was that clip of somebody that was like... Actually, there's been several clips like that, but I think there was somebody that was like, the moment he looks at something, he's gonna end stream, and just immediately looked at it. And then just ended stream, because, well, shit. Hmm. I'm good. I didn't almost choke on some food. What?
Is it good? Because I don't know.
That's good.
Like, how much bullshit. Oh, you didn't lie to me, did you?
Why would I lie to you? You know I'm on it. Excuse me. Honest about food. Especially if it's something that buys their like food somewhere. Especially if it's something that you're gonna be eating too. Like oh, he's using an eye tracker with Terraria. That's kind of cool. At least I think that's what he's doing. Now, see if that happened, the RNG, like, could be considered fair. So, you know, it's out to get me, so they cannot crit. I'm eating, so, I'm muting a little bit while I eat. And that's why the mouth is moving, too. So, Metapod's base speed, according to the same guy that has Casey's team in it, is 100. Wait, is that base speed? Or is that some other thing that they're showing there? That might not be base speed. What is that they're showing there? Maybe that's like... What are they actually showing there? Hold on a second. Oh, that's freaky. Pokemon stats. We caught an average version of each Pokemon at the lowest level possible, then leveled them up to level 100. These numbers represent each Pokemon's average stats at level 100. For your perusing convenience, they've also been plotted on bar graphs. Oh, come on, you're not gonna throw a Leroy Jenkins joke in there like 5.8 repeating, of course. And then cause a whole team wipe. But I'm happy that you still have chicken. Doesn't matter that it's not repeating. How raid teams didn't calculate percentage chances of succeeding the way that they were pretending to do so in the clip either. Like... I mean, 512 is also a whole number, so of course it terminates. Yeah, but it was our Kakuna, not our Metapod. We're good. But we aren't talking about 1/3. 3 is a whole number, so 3 terminates. You said 512 is a power of 2, therefore its decimal representation terminates, and the decimal representation of 512 is 512.
Nerd fight.
It's a nerd fight, because it didn't come across the like... I was being a forehead there. Alright, we just gotta get Metapod up to level 9. Why is somebody on the Final Fantasy Tactics Reddit? What kind of content can we expect to see from mods on the PC version? Well, I don't know. The PC version isn't out, so nobody knows how moddable it is. Forgive my ignorance, but I'm genuinely curious just how far modding will allow people to go with Final Fantasy Tactics. Can people go as far as creating new maps with completely different elevations? Or just reskinned maps? Do you think we can expect to see many expanded short stories with new weapons and new jobs? Or is that too much? I just want new maps in some sort of challenge mode, like challenge 1 through 30, where each challenge is a new map, or story mode map, with a new set of various enemies. Like, it would be one thing to ask if the devs have said anything about it. Right, like, hey, has there any official information released about, you know, the game being mod friendly or something like that? Like, that to me would be a reasonable question. When a game is not even released, and the devs have, and in this case I don't believe the devs have mentioned modability at all, to just be like, hey guys, how far is the modding community go? Can we expect the modding community to go with this? Like, nobody knows. I'm trying to remember. I think Meow is a blue exclusive, isn't it? So we would have to play a blue cart up to the point of where Meowth becomes available in order to get a Meowth in red. Yeah, so it's not like super deep end, but it is still a blue exclusive. Black painted. We might finish Metapod's training out here. Because it's almost done. It's almost level 9. And we don't have to deal with, like, Weedles and poison attacks out here. Well, actually, I think Weedle might be able to still come out here, but... I think it's Caterpie that doesn't show up outside of the forest. In red. And then in blue it's Weedle that doesn't show up outside. Nice. You heal your Pokemon back to perfect health. Okay, we need your Pokemon. Okay, let's assess our Pokemon real quick here. Question is, do I want to work with my weakest Pokemon or like my strongest? Oh, okay. I can't look at stats through the release. So I need to pause this real quick. So... what should I could do? I could put this way. I think this is a way that I've not really done before, so I'll do it this way. What? Hey, market is that mountain moon? Huh? I'm on the phone. Scram. Yawn. Jigglypuff sings, I'm gonna get drowsy. Me too. And then singing Jigglypuff. Dude out here. There aren't many serious. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. We talked about the first time in town. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm spraying Repel to keep Pokemon out of my garden. Do you know what I'm doing? Yes, that's right. It's hard work. Alrighty. Boulder City, a stone gray city. Pokemon become easier to catch when they are hurt or asleep, but it's not a sure thing. Pokemon learn new techniques as they grow, but some moves must be taught by the trainer. Beer now. Pokemon right there. Did you check out the museum? No. Absolutely, you have to go. It's right here. You have to pay to get in, but it's worth it. See you around. Boulder's Museum of Science. Go check it out. I think it's Gen 2. There's like an item up there, if I'm not mistaken, like in that area. Nidoran, sit. Bow, bow. You're a Pokemon than an outsider, so it's hard to handle. An outsider's a Pokemon that you got in or get in a trade. It grows fast, but it may ignore an unskilled trainer. Only we had some badges. You're a trainer, right? Brock's looking for new challengers. Follow me! If you have the right stuff, go take on Brock. Last time you get abducted. Peter City Pokemon Gym Leader Brock. Solid Pokemon trainer. It's rumored that Clefairies came from the moon. They appeared after Moonstone fell on Mount Moon. Let's go check out the, wait, there's nothing up there. I'm thinking Gen 2 again, I think. Goes through a solid fence, what? Well, I mean, to be honest, like, that is kind of fair because you can use that dude to be able to walk through walls yourself. So, like, you know, he apparently just has the ability to do that, and there's a way that you can steal that ability from him. It's 50 Poké Dollars for a child's ticket. Would you like to come in? Sure. That one is magnificent, or that is one magnificent fossil. He's a wizard! Aerodactyl fossil, a primitive and rare Pokemon. A Bootops fossil, a primitive and rare Pokemon. We have a space exhibit now. Moonstone? What's so special about it? July 20th, 1969. The first lunar landing. I bought a color TV to watch it. Meteorite that fell on Mount Moon. Moonstone? I want a Pikachu. That's so cute. Asked my daddy to catch me one. Yeah, Pikachu, soon, I promise. Space Shuttle Columbia. How do they just have a fucking space shuttle in this tiny museum? But okay. Why does he need a color TV? The moon is white. Alright. I think it's in grayscale, I guess, but let's head up the Pokemon first real quick. Fire Potion. And a Pokeball. Thank you. Oh, wait, there's people to talk to! Let me go back in! Let me go back in! A shady old man got me to buy this really weird fish Pokemon. It's totally weak and it cost 500 Poké-Dollars. Good things can happen if you raise Pokemon diligently, even the weak ones. Yeah, we read the gym side. Talked about him being a rock solid Pokemon trainer or some shit. I forget the exact wording. Peter City Pokemon Gym Leader, Brock. Winning trainers, blue. Oh yeah, I can tell you have what it takes to become a Pokemon champ. I'm no trainer, but I can tell you how to win. Let me take you to the top, sure. Alright, let's get happening. First Pokemon out in a match is at the top of the Pokemon list. By changing the order of Pokemon, matches could be made easier. Alright. E. Stop right there, kid. You're still light years from facing Brock. Junior trainer male wants to fight. Kakuna. You're not enough. Come back. Go, Pidgey. Critical hit. Yeah, everyone says changes what they say post-battle on the field. Hey, we got a critical hit. Yeah, we'll risk it. We'll risk it for the biscuit. SD sand attack. And see, this is what I mean. This is where I like to start to tilt because of the RNG of the game. We got 3 sand attacks on a Squirtle earlier and it was still hitting us. We get one sand attack once and we're missing. We're immediately missing. Even though we hit after that second one, I'm still like... Wow, it's just a toss-up on who's going to be missing when, because we're both double sand attacked. But we can get rid of our sand attack status. He got quick attack. Darn. Light years isn't time, it measures distance. Then how... I think you're not a very good judge of distance and should 100,000% not become a carpenter. You're pretty hot, but not as hot as Brock. Alright. I'm gonna go use the Pokemon Center real quick, because the next fight is the gym leader. Brock doesn't swing that way. I mean, a man can still find another man hot, but, like, not swing that way as well. Exactly, Rhonda says it's okay to acknowledge someone being attractive. It does not mean that you personally are attracted to them. That's what Rhonda says. Well, yeah, that I can't repeat. Nor do I want to repeat that one. Four hours in and we're doing our first gym battle. Let's do it. He's 10, dude. Who, Brock? Brock. All the protagonists are 10. I'm Peter's gym leader. I believe in rock hard defense and determination. But the junior trainer male is probably also a kid. So, like, it's alright for the kid to be saying that about another kid. Do you still want to challenge me? Fine then, show me your best. Brock wants to fight. Brock sent out Geodude. You can't full heal away the accuracy drops. Doesn't do diminishing returns after 3, but you can apply it 6 times, so... I suppose I could protect myself even further by applying some growls, but... Show me your moves! Arjuna grew to level 10. Charmander grew to level 10. Yep, you can change the order of the moves with the select button. But you can only do that in battle, in Gen 1. Gen 2, you can do that outside of battle, I believe. Like, because sometimes I get confused some of the things that Crystal Clear the mod ROM hack did, but... Pretty sure Gen 2, you can do it outside of battle. Oh, you can't do it in Gen 3 on, or after Gen 3. Also, Sand Attack does not impact Bide. If I'm remembering right, Bide will still hit you no matter what. Except maybe the 1 in 255 is chance of Gen 1, but... He attacks first, which is a small problem. Because he could do Bide and then we hit with damage, but... I think we'll be okay. Like, 1 Ember's worth of Bide shouldn't be that bad. If it crits, that'll be a little worse, but... Like, we've got potions in stock, so we should be good. I want to say Bide is 2 to 3 turns, so if it goes max turns, we can probably... get like an extra Ember off. Like, I think he has to unleash his Bide this turn. Yeah. So it's safe to Ember here. That's 1 Screech. Which means our defense drops 2. And there we go. We defeated Brock. I took you for granted. As proof of your victory, here's the Boulder badge. I can't receive the Boulder badge. That's an official Pokemon League badge. Its bearers Pokemon become more powerful. Powerful? Powerful. The technique Flash can now be used at any time. And we got 1,386 Pokédollars for winning! And what? Kakuna is evolving! Kakuna evolved into Beedrill. Wait, take this with you. Alright, so we have now unlocked TM34. Which we will proceed to simply sell and never buy to use. Also, oh, hold on, let me get through the dialogue here. A TM contains a technique that can be taught to Pokemon. TM is good only once, so when you use one to teach a new technique, pick the Pokemon carefully. TM34 contains Bide. Your Pokemon will absorb damage in battle, then pay it back double. There are all kinds of trainers in the world. You appear to be very gifted as a Pokemon trainer. Go to the gym in Cerulean and test your abilities. So not only does the Boulder badge boost your Pokemon's attack stat for every battle, it does this every time your Pokemon's stats are modified. So every time you get Growl successfully, every time you get Tail Whipped successfully, every time you use Harden successfully, the badge boost gets reapplied. So it does, it's not like the boost gets removed and then applied. No, it just gets reapplied. And yeah, people call that the badge boost glitch, which I had mentioned earlier in passing. Which is just a funny programming oversight that happens. Good morning, Friday. We hope to see you again. Alright, so we're gonna stop here for now. Need to shower. So I'm gonna do that. And while I shower, we're gonna run the Diablo AI. We'll run Quinn in Evolution X a little bit, see if he can change his gear. I mean, obviously I can only like tell it to run and then, you know, go take my shower, and then if anything happens I can't do anything, but you know what I mean. Alright, we'll get that rolling out.